Are the Toronto Maple Leafs on the verge of a game-changing acquisition? Rumors are swirling that a top-tier defenseman could be making his way to the team, and the excitement is palpable. This potential addition could be the key to unlocking Morgan Rielly's true potential, giving him the support he desperately needs on the blue line. Could this move solidify our defense as we push for the playoffs? Stay tuned, because you won't want to miss this one. Don't forget to subscribe, and hit that like button to keep up with all the latest Maple Leafs news. There's a lot of buzz surrounding Brad Treliving and his potential moves to strengthen our beloved Toronto Maple Leafs, especially when it comes to securing a top-tier defenseman to support Morgan Rielly. With the playoffs on the horizon and our team sitting atop the Atlantic Division, the urgency is palpable. Who could be that key addition? Well, let's dive into the intriguing possibility of acquiring Rasmus Andersson from the Calgary Flames. Rumors are swirling that Andersson might be open to a trade. David Pagnotta from the Fourth Period recently mentioned on Winnipeg Sports Talk that he believes Andersson would welcome a new start. This presents a unique opportunity for Treliving to reunite with a player he drafted back in 2015, while also adding a significant piece to our defensive puzzle. Imagine the impact Andersson could have alongside Rielly. This season, Andersson has been impressive, not only contributing offensively with 6 goals and 12 assists, but also showcasing his defensive prowess with 102 blocked shots. That's not just good, that's elite. The fact that he can prevent shots at such a high level is precisely what Rielly needs right now. Morgan has had a challenging year, struggling defensively more often than not, and he could greatly benefit from a stable partner like Andersson. The potential defensive pair of Rielly and Andersson could transform our back end. When you look at the lineup, the synergy between Rielly and Andersson could allow Morgan to reclaim his offensive edge, while ensuring our defensive zone is much more secure. And let's not forget about the existing duo of Chris Tanev and Jake McCabe. Keeping them intact while adding Andersson gives us a formidable defensive lineup. Now let's address the financial aspect. Yes, Andersson comes with a price tag of $4.5 million, but he's signed for another year, which means he fits into a longer-term strategy if Treliving decides to make this move. While he might not be the coveted third-line center that many fans are clamoring for, the prospect of landing one of the NHL's strongest defensemen should not be overlooked. I know some fans might be hesitant or even torn about the idea of prioritizing defense over scoring depth. Honestly, I get it. But think about it. What good is offensive firepower if we can't defend our lead in tight playoff games? The importance of a strong defense cannot be overstated, especially in the postseason. So, what do you think? Is bringing in Andersson the right move? Personally, I believe this could be a game-changer for us. It aligns with our need for a solid defensive structure and provides Rielly with the support he desperately needs. It's a calculated risk that could pay off significantly as we aim for playoff success. Nick Robertson has been making waves in the trade speculation world lately, and as a passionate fan of the Toronto Maple Leafs, it's hard not to feel a mix of excitement and apprehension about his future with the team. In a recent article by TSN, he ranked 11th among 30 players likely to be traded, and honestly, that raises some eyebrows. The discussion around trades involving Robertson isn't new. After a solid season last year where he netted 14 goals in 56 games, he found himself on the trade request list, eager for a fresh start. It's clear he was keen on finding a more secure role, and the Maple Leafs promised him a spot in the lineup, which he's made good on by playing in 35 of the 43 games so far this year. However, the start of the season has been rocky for Nick. In the first 23 games, he managed a mere 2 goals, 2 points total. For a player counted on for secondary scoring, those numbers raised some serious concerns. It felt like the right move was to cut losses, especially when the idea of a trade loomed large. But lo and behold, Robertson has turned things around in the last 12 games, racking up 9 points including 5 goals. He seems to have found chemistry with Bobby McMann and Max Domi, which is fantastic news for his confidence in the team's scoring depth. Now, he's starting to resemble the player the Leafs envisioned, a young talent with an affordable cap hit of $875,000 this season, before he becomes a restricted free agent eligible for arbitration. That's a compelling case for keeping him in the lineup, especially given the ever-present need for secondary scoring. But here's where it gets tricky. The Leafs are reportedly on the hunt for a center, which could alter Robertson's role and depth chart position. If they do make a move, it's unlikely that Max Domi will continue to center Robertson, which means he could be looking at a different line and potentially losing that synergy he's built. Sure, he's been lighting it up recently, but one has to wonder if he can maintain that form if he's shuffled around the lineup. His size and defensive acumen have been questioned, making him a bit one-dimensional. What if he struggles to find his footing again? If the team's depth changes, could he be pushed into a more limited role, or worse, find himself in and out of the lineup? For all the good he's done lately, those nagging questions linger. Looking at the bigger picture, Robertson is precisely what a lot of teams seeking to reload are after. A young player who can step into a top 6 role and contribute right away. He's a sniper who can easily score around 20 goals in an 82-game season. And at just 23 years old, his best days could still be ahead of him. But let's not kid ourselves. Other teams are also aware of his defensive shortcomings and the slow start to this season, which complicates his trade value. So, what's the best decision for the Leafs? Is keeping a promising 23-year-old with a low cap hit more valuable than what they might receive in a trade? It's a tough call. Robertson has become somewhat of an asset for the team again, and parting with him could be seen as a risky gamble. As a fan, I'm torn. I see the potential he brings, but I also recognize the need for a strategic move that could bolster the team's overall chances of success. And you, what do you think? Do you believe trading him would be a mistake? Or is it time to make a bold move? I want to hear your opinions down below. Let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow Leafs fans, and subscribe to stay updated on all the latest news and insights about our beloved Toronto Maple Leafs. And remember to activate the notification bell to get all the latest updates.